Welcome back. Today we're going to wrap this tree in Christmas lights. We're going to use blue and green. I've never used this combination of lights before. Should go pretty well, but let's go check out all the things we need and then we'll come back and put it together. Here we are on my garage floor. Let's talk about what we're going to need today. I have Christmas lights and wires. Let's start with the Christmas lights that we're going to use. These are ProChristmas coaxial lights, which means they use a connection like this, which gives them a watertight connection. And all of the bulbs are single made bulbs, so they're waterproof. The light is built in the plastic, so I've never had any fading. These lights are about 8 years old. These are about 4 years old, the blue ones. In the past, I've always had one green tree and I've always had one blue tree. And so this year I'm going to try to combine them. I'm going to add a blue to the end of every green strand. So my hope is that the green strands will be in the middle of the tree and the blue strands will be on the outside of the tree. So these are the lights I'm going to use. The thing about these lights is you have to have plug-ins because they don't have them. So I have a whole bunch of plug-ins right here that I'm going to use. I also have some accessories that make it really nice to put together. And these accessories allow you to customize where you want the lights to go. So you can have 7 different light strands come out of one connector piece right here. I'll show you how I use all that. I have some extension cords. So if you want the light to start somewhere else, you can use this cord. They all have these coaxial connections on the end. And I'm going to use an extension cord to get to the tree. And at the tree, I'm going to use this really nice electrical outlet that I use for my Christmas lights. It has an automatic timer, so I can know how long I want the lights to be on and off. I like to have everything automatic so I don't have to worry about anything. And at the other end, I'm going to use this is what I'm going to plug the lights into. And I have 3 options right here to plug it in. So one end will go into that, and these are what I'm going to put at the tree. I've used these lights for a long time. I really like them. And so now let's go get started on the tree. So here's how we started. We have a GFCI outlet over there with an extension cable that comes to this automatic sensor outlet right here. So anything that's plugged into this and it has 6 outlets will turn off whenever that says to turn off. It can be 1 hour, 2 hours, overnight. I usually do about 4 hours. So it's on from 6 to 10 and then it turns off at 10. I have other lights that stay on all night. And then it has an outlet that comes over here where I've plugged in all of my coaxial cables. I have 3 of them and they're all going to plug into the strings that I'm going to use on the tree. 2 of them are going to go up here where I connect my accessories and then go up and down all the branches. This one right here is going to just connect to the bottom where I'll wrap the bottom of the tree. They're all in this water resistant box that I really like, and a wire will come in on the side, and then you put this lid on top and it keeps the water from getting in here. I've used this for a couple of years. It also stores cables when I'm not using it, so that is very beneficial to keep Christmas lights stored in the off season. So let's look at this tree real quick and I'll show you why I like to use the coaxial lights out here. So as you can see, my tree is kind of growing in different directions. So I can put a coaxial light with the accessory that has 7 outlets right here, and each branch that goes up can have a separate string of Christmas lights. So I can have one light that comes up here, ends up there. I can have a strand that comes up here, ends over there, strand that goes over there. But I have Y pieces I can put in, so I can have one strand go here and one strand go there. So it just gives me so much versatility on how I want to light up all of these branches. So let's start with the bottom. I'm just going to put this one strand of green lights at the bottom because I expect green to be in the middle of my tree. For some of this later in the video, I'll just do some time lapses with some fun music, hopefully, to make it go a little bit quicker. But I'll show you right now what I'm going to do. So these connect just like that, and you tighten it up and you have a nice connection. And these are the green lights that I've been using for many years. So these have been worth all the money. And I'm basically just going to wrap it around from the bottom and wrap it around my tree. And because I have a lot of lights, I'm going to put them pretty close to each other. But I can wrap this all the way to the top. And then I kind of just fold it over on the top because that's going to be on its own outlet. The other 2 plugins that I have are going to go to the top because they're a little bit longer, and we'll put them up there. This bottom one's plugged in, all plugged into this watertight box, and we are good to go. So now let's find the middle piece we want for the next step. All right, we're going to start with this piece that holds 7 connections. So like I said, we have the coaxial right here. They have these rubber gaskets, keep it watertight, and you'll put it in just like that, and then you can tighten it up And the benefit of these, they're watertight and they're not going anywhere. We've had some good winter storms and these aren't gonna break. These are nice and thick. You can plug 7 of them. I'm missing a few of my rubber gaskets, but we'll see if I can find some more. We'll put it right there and we'll start going. So let's go put some of our lights together because I wanna have green and blue together so that the green comes from the middle and then the blues are on the outside of the tree. Here's my plan. I have green wire and I have blue wire. I'm going to take the end of these green wires off and I'm going to plug in some blue lights, which will make my wire longer than I normally use, but it will also hopefully give me a cool effect from the green on the inside of the tree and blue on the outside of the tree. Some of my wires are blue with white strobe lights. Some of them are just straight blue like this, and hopefully it'll look okay. If you've seen the thumbnail picture, that's what it's hopefully gonna look like. I haven't even done it yet, so hopefully it works out and we'll find out. But I'm going to put 11 of these strands together and then we're gonna go put them on the tree. We're gonna start with this big branch right here. Usually when I roll them, I like to keep them pretty close, about 4 inches apart. But because I'm using 2 strands for 1 branch, I'm going to roll them pretty tight and then hopefully I can fit all of my strands onto 1 branch and it'll give me a little bit deeper color without as much spacing that comes all the way up this branch. Let's put this one together real quick and then we'll come back and see how it looks. Let me show you real quick what I put together right here. I have an extension cable, which is a female and male end of the Christmas lights, and I plugged it into this 8 strand right here, my Christmas lights, and they go up this branch every few inches. I wrapped it around. So because I have 2 strands, I did it fairly tight and I ran out right here about halfway up. Then I took my blue strand and I actually put the end of it way up here and it comes down this branch to there and then it goes all the way up to there. So the plug-in is up there. So I'm gonna take this extension and plug it in up there and then plug it into the branch right here. So the power is actually going through here, stops right here, goes through the extension cable up there, and then powers down to the end over here. And that's all on 1 plug-in of this section right here. And now you can see the benefit of these coaxial connections. I have my 7-piece connector right here on the bottom, and I have green cords that go up each of the branches. So I have a branch here that goes all the way up and some over here that goes up, so you can see how well I can get around each branch. I found that taking the blue ones off is actually a good idea because with the blue it's just too long. So what I did is I put all the green lights on and I'm gonna come back around and get the ladder and put the blue on the tips of all of my branches. And I hope it looks cool. We'll see what it looks like when I'm done. I have some large branches right here that are going straight up. And if I have some extra green lights, I'll put them on there. So my goal is for all the green to be in the middle and the blue to be on the outside. So let's finish it up. We've got all the lights on. Let's come take a look at the connections right here. We've got the 7-piece right here. We've got a 3-piece right here. Some of these are just extension cables to the blue lights that are at the far ends to make it work. So here's an extension cable right here. That's just going to here to connect up there. But we have 1 strand on each branch all the way up. So let's come back when it gets dark and then we'll really be able to see how nice it looks. I'm hoping it works out because it's kind of hard to see in the daylight. And there we have it. So we've got the green on the bottom and the blue coming out the top sides. A little bit of blue up there. We got the green. I like it. There's a little bit of an empty spot right in here. So maybe if I get another, I think I have 1 more green strand, I can just stick it right there and go up that wire. I don't have any more blue. But I like what we've got. So I'm pleased, it's pretty cool. Maybe it'll give you some inspiration, but the green and the blue, 2 colors. Colors go well together. They're all right. They're just the colors I had, so I had to use them. But I like it. So as you can see, some of them have the white strobe effect. I forgot that one of the green lights has a fade to it. So over here, this green one in the back is kind of fading in and out. But I've got the green on the bottom, some blue lights that are consistently on, and a few that flash or strobe white. So I hope this gave you some inspiration on some more Christmas lights, and have a happy decorating. We'll see you in the next one.